Oh my God, Danny.
Oh.
Do you see what I see?
Yeah, I
Peacock
think.
feathers, stove.
Yeah.
Come, let's check it out. As attending the stove in this picture, and that's literally this exact point over here in the house. Wow.
That's crazy. Oh.
That's touching, right?
Yeah, that's touching. Oh, oh.
Today we begin with a tale that unfolds in a small village somewhere in Portugal, where a house once brimming with life now stands silent, waiting for its story to be told. This home was once filled with the energy of Maria and her husband Adolfo. For many decades, they shared their lives with their 4 children, João, Pedro, Anna and Sofia, and their beloved dogs, Tico and Pumba. But as the children grew and left in search for better opportunities, the house began its descent into solitude. In January 2005, the family faced a devastating blow. Maria passed away, and just a month later, Adolfo followed her. The sudden loss of both parents left the siblings devastated, but scattered across the distant places, they could not maintain their bond with the house. As the years went by, the home fell into neglect, its once vibrant spirit slowly fading away. With each passing season, the house slipped further into disrepair, leaking roofs, scattered windows, and peeling paint. One of the most striking features of the house has become the fallen wall, with a perfectly preserved interior behind it. The Cardoso house is like a time capsule, preserving the life of a family as it was 20 years ago. Every room remains untouched since Adolfo and Maria last lived there, but nothing removed, not even the family photos or the old cars still parked in the garage. It is as if time has stood still, keeping the memories and the stories of this family intact. This will be a story you will never forget, and an exploration straight out of a fairy tale book. What a place.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bros of Decay. I'm Leslie, over here,
Danny.
Mr.
Hi.
Danny.
Hello.
And today we decided to do it a little bit differently. We feel this place.
This place is different. You guys are gonna see this place is really different from others that we filmed.
Yeah.
It's kind of touching.
Yeah.
I never felt like this in a
We
place.
are already on this property right now for 4 to 5 hours. The sun is already about to set.
Yeah.
But we still want to film it today. But we literally have a connection with the people that used to live over here. Maria and Adolfo, if I say this right.
Adolfo.
Adolfo. Those were the owners of this place, and they are, to my opinion, still present. I normally don't say that, but
I don't know if it's present, but it's weird. I told Leslie like a minute ago I was taking pictures, and you just feel it. You just feel it. You're gonna see inside. You just feel it.
if you look at this property, it's completely overgrown. Since 2005, when this place was abandoned, nobody has been here anymore, and nature literally got its way on this place. Everything has been falling, growing over, and it's just a dance of nature with the building.
It's kind of magical.
Look at this, Danny. Look at this. The whole building is starting to be overgrown by the wine trees, I think it are. Or ivy?
Not really. It's just ivy, yeah, I think.
Yeah. Slowly being taken over. I think in a decade from now you won't see it anymore. It will be completely engulfed by nature.
But can I just say one thing?
Yes.
All of this nature taking over feels like it's protecting the house in some way. I don't know, I just feel
In
that.
some way or the other, yes. I would agree with you on that fact. Yeah. The house is massive. Adolfo used to be a lawyer and a notariat, I think it's called in English. And Maria used to take care of the 4 children that they had together. And they all lived in this grand place that we can see over here. I love over here that the lantern is literally in the middle of the 3
you
branches.
can barely see it.
Yeah, it's hanging there, being protected by nature. So we are at the moment in the middle of nowhere, somewhere in Portugal. I don't even know where we are.
Yeah.
Like literally in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
But
this
it's-
is literally middle of nowhere.
They definitely had a beautiful house out here. You can hear the birds chirping, you can hear nature going its way, and it's just peaceful out here. I did a little meditation here in the backyard and just enjoyed myself. Yes, that's true. Even their cars are still left behind.
Everything.
Volkswagen Polo.
Everything
and
is left behind.
This was registered until 2004.
No. This car was bought in 2004.
Ah, okay.
That's the year that was bought or
so they
manufactured.
bought this car 1 year before they passed away.
Yeah,
That's
most likely.
crazy. Let's see if it's open. Oh my gosh, no, it's closed. So yeah, as you can see, it's completely been covered in this green grime. And I don't know, do you think this was Adolfo's car or Maria, her car?
I think it was both, to be honest. I think for a certain age, one of them could not drive, so
Yeah,
think it was
that's
both.
mostly the case. But it's
Yeah.
beautiful to see that they lived together in this place until they both passed away only a month after each other. I believe it was January 2005 when Maria passed away, and then a month later, Adolfo let out his last breath. It's as if these people were connected to each other and they lived together their whole lives and didn't want to spend a single moment from each other. Here in the backyard, we have another one, a way smaller car, a Renault. That's a new license plate, right?
no, that's a really old one.
Really
So-
old one.
So after the 2000s, we start putting dates.
Okay.
Before we didn't. So this is before the 2000s.
So this car has been here like literally forever. Oh, this
Yeah.
one's open. Oh my
And
gosh.
that's why they probably bought the other one, because this was too old.
Full of spider webs.
Yeah.
Jeez. They have some outbuildings out here that have all been falling apart over time. As you can see, oh, the branches have been taken over. They had a large property, to my opinion.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And the gardens, whew, the gardens must have been beautiful back in the day.
Yeah, the children must have loved
Yeah.
to play out here. And I can even see a bread oven inside of this one. So maybe this was like an outside cooking area. They just made some lovely food and spent time together in the summer. Oh, and they also have a
Water
wa-
tank.
Water tank over here, yeah. So it's completely filled up by rainwater by now. The car looks literally crazy here.
Yeah.
All the leaves and the branches on top of it. Oh my gosh. It's time, Danny. It's time to go inside of this property, and you're gonna be truly amazed by what you're gonna see inside of this place. I didn't even have expectations for when we came here, but then we walked through its door, and you're gonna have the same look as I did when you're gonna see this. Come over. They had a lovely stepway up into the house, a little corridor to invite the guests. Let me pull away the ivy.
Yeah, thank you, because
Oh, excuse me.
this is very overgrown.
Get yourself ready, because this is absolutely incredible. Yes, your eyes are not teasing with you. First and foremost, watch out where you're walking, Danny, because it's
Yeah.
incredibly dangerous going through this house.
This house is falling apart completely.
But as you just saw it properly, yes, the whole wall has fallen out of this room and has created a view like I've never
Yeah.
seen before in my life.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I stood here literally for like 5 minutes watching this when I first came into this house. Like, how is this even possible that everything is still standing like that?
Yeah, it's crazy and beautiful. And
Have a look at the chandelier. Literally barely hanging on. I would say give it like one more year and then it's on the floor. Then it's literally fallen on top of this bureau over here. And I think this used to be a place where Adolf used to do his business. Of course, not with such a great view as he has right now, but here he probably invited his guests and went over all the legal troubles or the legal things that they had to discuss.
Yeah.
Wow. Then you look over there on the side. There are two pictures, probably of the grandparents. Hanging, one still on the wall, the woman is still hanging on the wall, and the man has fallen on top of the rubble. Jeez.
It's so crazy that you literally can see everything.
Yeah.
Like, how even this happened.
I don't understand how something like this is possible.
Yeah.
Have you seen the colors of the chandelier?
Yeah, yeah.
It goes from white crystals to sort of purple crystals.
Yeah.
The glasses of Adolf still lying here. You can get a look of how this man used to look back in the time. He had these beautiful round glasses on his nose. And even his watch is still right next to it.
Wow. Okay. Please don't do a step back because you're literally standing on a hole. No, don't do a step back. Step.
Yeah,
next.
I also see a hole over there.
Yeah, he was literally standing here.
The only thing I'm going to ask you to film is the chair that Adolf used to sit on.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
The detail on it, and the painting also above it.
Absolutely crazy.
It kind of depicts, if it didn't have these trees, it kind of depicts this area.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I also love this little stove that we have here in the corner of the room. Look at it. It's just a very cute little aspect of this room.
Yeah.
Probably, it doesn't even have a chimney, it's just a decorational piece, as you can see.
Yeah.
Beautiful ironwork on there, even a Portuguese crest in the middle of it. Isn't that just wonderful? And these peacock feathers above it give it a lot of charm. I would definitely not say that this is a Portuguese, German. No,
this is Germany for sure.
It says York over here.
Old Coach House York.
Yeah, York is in England.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks very German. That's what I was saying.
Very German, yeah. We have, of course, skipped the hallway, but we can give an overview of this hallway before we go further through the house.
I'm just gonna give you a view. It's a bit destroyed there, that's why there's a door. And these tapestries, pretty beautiful.
Yeah, really adored. It's like a sort of a battle, right? Or maybe a hunting pavilion.
Hunting. They have dogs hunting.
Yeah, exactly. Which way will you want to go through the house? Maybe this way first?
Yeah, maybe this way first, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be very careful. Your way. Yeah.
There's a whole basement underneath us, so if you fall through the floor, then you are literally
stuck. No, you cannot see. I tried it with my flashlight.
Oh, my phone is dead.
You cannot see.
That seems very, very deep.
And we try to open the door to the basement and we can't. So
no, it's
we
impossible.
have to be careful.
Yeah. And in the first place, you don't want to fall into the basement, of course.
True.
I think that's not a great thing.
And let's go one by one because this floor feels very unstable.
That's the unfortunate thing about this house. It's about to fall very, very soon. So it feels like sort of a duty for me and Danny to come in here and to document it because it will give it a life forever. And these people had such a beautiful life and now it's all falling apart. Yeah, I'm gonna come behind you right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very careful.
This floor is all bending and breaking.
Have you even looked above you right now?
That's why I was scared because this is literally falling.
The complete insulation is lying on top of there. We do crazy things to film these places. It has all gone good until now, and I hope it will go good in the future as well. It's a little prayer.
Yeah, I'm glad that this kitchen is concrete.
Yeah, okay, here we are safe.
Yeah.
It's a beautifully cute kitchen.
Yeah.
It's very charming, I would say. Yeah. Everything is also still there. It's a little bit messy. I don't know why it's messy, but everything is still here. Even the last paperwork that they received from the postman Everything is still present.
Wow, this is
I also just found a picture that I want to show.
Okay.
What do you have?
this is the outside without the whole trees.
Oh,
You
that
see?
looks like the child.
That's the door that we just
Yeah,
went through.
when it was not overgrown yet. And I just found a picture of how beautiful the backyard was back in the time. Look at that, nicely trimmed, everything still in place. This was definitely a wonderful place to be back in the time.
They really cared for their garden. Wow.
I think this is a full stack. Oh no, I thought these were all pictures, but they're not actually.
It
They're
was just cards, yeah.
yeah, with phone numbers on them. All the cabinets are, of course, still filled to the brim with all the spices and things that they used in this place. Wow. Fireplace, everything's still there. Here, Maria used to cook her food on. I love these kettles that we have down there. Wow. In general, a very beautiful kitchen.
I love that the cooktops are kind of hidden with the furniture.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Also like that the ivy is literally growing inside of here.
Yeah.
Oh, the sun is very sharp into my eyes.
Yes.
And here we have a wonderful sitting area actually. I think it's more of a breakfast section or something like that, where the family would come together. Back there, the cabinet is still filled with all the crystal glasses. Wait, I'll go with you. That they used to have. Wow. Wow. Portuguese people are always very proud of their china and their porcelain and their crystal.
Yeah.
They keep it very pristine, I would say. And some shot glasses down here as well. Okay. Yeah, lovely breakfast area of this household. Back next to the kitchen here, we just saw it over there, there's also a sort of office library, I think. And this was definitely also a place where Adolfo used to do all of his work and kept all of his literature and things that he needed for his business. Ooh, it smells in here.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna show the floor briefly, but this is all rotten away, so we need to be.
I don't think we have to traverse very far into this room because
No.
you can
There's
see
not much to show.
all his paperwork over here to the side. That he used to work with, the books that he needed and stuff like that. I love the tapestry on the wall over there though.
Yeah.
It's like a Portuguese battle. Wow. These pirate ships. Absolutely amazing.
Wow.
And then the whole desk is still full. Oh, I see typewriter back there as well.
Yeah.
It's crazy. What you can find between the rubble in these
Yeah,
places.
there's so much.
If you go through here, I know why it smells in this room. This whole painting has been taken over. Ooh, this
Not
is
just
in
the painting,
very
but
bad
also
shape. Yeah, I think we should leave this
also
room as
the
soon as possible.
ceiling and the books, everything has been taken.
Sad. I think this used to be a wonderful room.
You see the floor caving in there?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's get out of here. Let's definitely get out of here. This is not a place where we want to find ourselves.
No.
I have to stand still in front of this facade one more time. Like literally the whole side of the building fell out. I've never seen anything like this before. Like sometimes in France you see a little part of a room that fell out.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything like this before?
Yeah, I've seen like this. No. We have seen in Sweden like a small house that fell apart, but not like this. This looks like you're looking just at a painting.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I stand here with the chandelier and the bureau, it's like a complete painting of the mountain range with this. It's insane. But then the room that we're now gonna enter into is quite the opposite. This room is still exactly how these people left it behind. Very pristine. Like these two rooms shouldn't exist next to each other. That's what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, it's crazy that they exist next to each other. Like, how is it that one destroyed and this so perfect?
Yeah, I was baffled when I walked in here the first time. I was like, what? What's this? Yeah. And yeah, this is a very cute living room where the family came together in the evening and enjoyed themselves. The chair, Adolfo might sit on here. Yeah, we have a lovely painting of a couple strolling through a park with their dog in the old times. And then a cabinet to hold magazines. There's a little picture here. Oh, that's probably Maria. Oh my God, Danny.
Ooh.
Do you see what I see?
Yeah, I
Peacock feathers, stove.
think. Yeah.
Come, let's check it out because this is incredible. This is like a time warp back. Oh,
We'll go first. Go
Yeah.
first.
we're gonna time warp you back in time for a second. Look at this. Maria is attending the stove in this picture, and that's literally this exact point over here in the house. Wow,
That's crazy. Oh.
that's touching, right?
Yeah, that's touching. Oh. Oh.
We already told you like this. Oh, I get shivers over my spine for a second.
Shivers. Yeah.
We already told you we feel these people. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, I'm not joking right now.
Me neither.
Top to bottom.
I don't believe in this stuff, but it's like,
Yeah,
it's weird.
these people are still in this house. They're still present. And this gives you the real sense of how it must have been like inside of here.
It's crazy.
Okay,
Crazy.
I'm gonna put this picture over here because I think it belongs here. And then I just saw in the corner of my eye, I forgot this wondrous cabinet
Yeah.
over here.
How did you forget to point it out?
It has a little library with all the books that I needed, all the literature for this bureau. Wow. It's also so beautiful with the curtains
Yeah, it
behind
is.
there. And Portuguese people are very good at crafting furniture and are very well known for it. And this is probably a Portuguese piece. Back to the room?
Back to the room.
Okay, where were we? Okay, at that stand over there where we just found the picture, there's a magazine stand. And above here, they also depicted their forefathers or their foremothers. Do you say
Yeah, I
foremothers?
think it's a mother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mother of the people that live
Mother
here.
of the people that lived here. It's a very common thing to do in these houses. Lovely sitting area over here. I like the lamppost over there as well.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Very traditional. And then we got the sofa. I can still see the 4 children sitting here together on this bench. And let me tell you a little bit more about those children, because unfortunately they don't seem to care about this place anymore, but it has a specific reason, because they all immigrated to different countries through Europe, through the world, we don't know. But they lost their connection a little bit with their parents, and unfortunately never came back to retrieve any items inside of this house. Everything from their parents is still left the exact way when they passed away in 2005. This represents Adolfo.
Yeah.
This is a lawyer from those time periods. Nah, Adolfo was still 19th century or 20th century, but I mean, you get what I mean.
Yeah.
A side cabinet, some wonderful china in there. I think these are Japanese pieces. Gonna look at the bottom. Made in Japan.
Yeah.
Exactly. Wow. Let's close it very slowly. It fits exactly in this corner and I really
Yeah.
like that. Oh. You have this plate above here, above this side table.
Oh, it's broken.
I think it fell down from over here. Probably was on this hook. And then it literally fell.
Oh, yeah.
And it broke the bottom over here.
Oh,
That's
sad.
what Decay does to a place like that.
Oh yeah, you're totally right. Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez. And then over here in the corner of the room, or in the middle of the room, we have the fireplace. That probably hasn't been lit in a long time. Beautiful marble fireplace. The pineapples. Do you call these? Pine
Pineapple.
cones. Pine cones. I was like, pineapples doesn't sound like the right word.
Got that on camera. Pineapple.
Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed.
Sorry.
And I think this is a pencil painting.
Uh,
Looks like it, right? It's from
Yeah.
2001, only 4 years before the building got abandoned. Wow. That's very cool. 2 sofas. I feel like those sofas were the sofas where Adolfo and Maria used to sit on there, like these big sofas where... Yeah, it's just my thought process. Okay. Before we show this other lovely room, Danny, let's focus over here on a moment, because there's a lot of lovely detail about this place. We have multiple pictures left behind. I think, but I'm not sure, that this is the wedding between Maria and Adolfo, but these pictures are in color, so I'm not sure about the date or when they were made. or what they were exactly doing here. And here we have 2 more Polaroid pictures of a dog. This seems like the same dog in the pictures, right?
Yeah.
I have been through the documents of this place, and they had 2 dogs at the last 2 decades, which were called Tico and Pumba. But this could have been one of those dogs. Wow. Kodak. Beautiful. And now you may show this room. Isn't it just adorable? A lovely little dining space where the family came together for their fancy dinners. I think this is a fancy dining place, right?
Yeah, you could say that.
More
yeah.
of a formal dining place.
Formal, yeah.
Yeah. 6 chairs around the table for the 6 members of the family, and they were all beautifully designed, as you can see. Love the carvings on there. Love the details on it. Oh my gosh. In the middle of the table is still a box of chocolates with chocolates inside of it.
That's it, the chocolate boxes that they give in Easter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's weird being there. We normally don't save that for long.
No. I love the lantern that's also hanging above here. Beautiful antique piece. Then we have the waiter. The trolley, as you can see, also still left here. Wow. Ooh, everything is
wiggles.
bouncing. These plants still look real. They have just been dried out over time. They have been hanging here for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're real, right?
Yeah, they're real. Yeah.
These ones above
These
here
also
as
too.
well. Jeez, they've been here for a long, long time. All the cutlery as well, left here. And then this cabinet. The whole ceiling is falling apart and leaking, but inside all the glasses are still pristinely standing. Like, oh, I cannot even open this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's going to fall apart if I open it. But still pristinely standing.
I
Oh,
think
Maria
you can
put them
see
like
from
that.
here.
Look over here, this is what I just said. The whole roof is leaking. There's literally water over here.
Yeah.
That's absolutely crazy. Okay, let's now go through this corridor further throughout the house to see what more we can find.
Yeah. This corridor is a bit of a mess.
Yeah, and I don't understand this
just
corridor
a warning.
actually. But I think it's more of a storage place for clothing, right?
Yeah. When we were going through the papers and discovering the story, I found a lot of papers about Maria that she bought a lot of clothes.
She was just
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was addicted. But she had a rich.
No, not addicted, but she bought a lot of things and then give it to other people.
Oh, really?
So yeah, like for example, you buy something and you give to a friend. Like, this doesn't fit me anymore. Just take it. Yeah,
Okay.
like something like that. Yeah.
She was a good friend
So
then.
probably.
Yeah.
So that's why there's.
But you can also
so
see
much stuff here.
the clothes of Adolfo are also still here.
This is a I don't know.
I'm not sure, but there's a lot of clothing left
Yeah,
here.
there's a lot of clothes.
See all the dresses that she bought. Or somebody was hiding some liquor as well. There's a whole cabinet full of
Yeah.
liquor down here.
Yeah.
And most of these bottles haven't been opened yet. Look at this cabinet, everything's
Yeah,
still
another
full.
one.
Yeah, Maria, she bought and she
yeah,
bought
you
and
see
she
that
bought.
dress down there?
Yeah.
The red dress.
Oh, that's a
I
beautiful
will
dress.
not dare to walk on here
I would
because
not do that, Danny.
Yeah.
Save your life, please. People can see it from a distance. Bacardi. Yes. Yep, they definitely loved a glass of drink. So, Danny, you think she had even more clothes in here?
Most likely.
Oh, no, these are blankets.
Oh, blankets, okay.
And this side is also blankets. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we're revealing her little secret. She also loved to buy a lot of shoes, as you can see.
Of course.
Yeah. But Adolfo was probably a very good lawyer, and they were not well, I would say well off. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they had money, yeah.
absolutely.
For this house, that's for sure.
Yeah, if you look at the size of this house, you definitely can
yeah.
tell that these people had money. The onions are still drying up there.
Garlic.
Or there's garlic.
Yeah, it's garlic. And I don't know this name in English, but this is also something that you use.
Yeah, they had a big property, so they probably also had a garden where they dried a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Look over here, this is crazy. Multiple plant pots standing here where the plants literally fall over and died. Oh my, this is a sad sight.
Yeah.
Probably collected from the garden, put over here and never.
Yeah, multiple plants.
Oh, jeez, they're slowly decaying.
Yeah.
This was their only bathroom, if I'm not mistaken, right?
No, I think on the other side there's another bathroom.
Oh yeah. I forgot. Yeah, there's another bathroom. Yeah. And then over to that side of the room, we have another bedroom. Actually, the first bedroom that we're gonna show, because we haven't shown one yet. And this is the only bedroom on this side of the household. Looks like it's a very beautiful bedroom, in my opinion. Yeah.
A bit isolated.
Yeah.
But I would say that this bedroom was more of a guest room.
That will be a good examination of this bedroom. Yeah. Because you would put the guests on the other side of the house, so they have a little bit of their privacy, a little bit of their own space. Don't go to where I'm standing.
Yeah, if you switch with me, I will show you better those things.
I wanted to talk about those picture frames.
Yeah,
yes.
so you can talk.
Yeah, I just like them. I like their setup above there. I don't know what it is exactly. I think it's something mythical or something like that.
No, if I'm not mistaken, this is the 4 seasons.
Yeah, autumn, summer, winter, everything is there. Yeah. Wow. Here, even over here, they have these plant pots with these hanging plants still inside of there. Jeez. Maria, of course, not to miss out on in this house. And then underneath,
oh no, it's falling apart. You see? Jeez. I want to just show.
This is the fireplace.
Yeah, it's falling apart.
What do you think is inside?
Blankets?
Yeah, of course.
Now clothes.
Oh, full of clothing still. That's an old pants.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's not a. That's a vest.
There's
bullets here.
Yeah, for shotgun shells or bullet shells.
This is not even open.
Yeah, this is for hunting, everybody. Wow.
Oh no, that's used. Okay.
Yeah, they're used, but I think maybe Adolfo would go out and hunt from time to time.
Probably in this part of Portugal. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they hunt wild boars over here, right?
Yeah, boars
and
bunnies,
everything.
Birds. Yeah. This is in the middle of nowhere, so yeah, this is definitely a hunting zone.
Lovely Portuguese bench over here as well. Probably for the guests who came over to sit at and just enjoy themselves. Yeah.
What?
There are literally 2 chairs hanging from the ceiling tied up over there.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
When you don't have any more space to store chairs.
I mean, if it works, it ain't stupid, right?
True.
Okay, let's go to the other part of the house. Of course, we have to walk past it again and appreciate it for a moment.
Yeah.
But now we're actually going into this section of the house, and this is their sleeping quarters and more, I would say like their private parts of the house, their private area. A lovely corridor leading to different rooms on each side. I love these depictions that we have here on the wall.
Yeah.
It's of old Portuguese life, right?
Not really. This is not really old Portuguese.
It looks also a bit French to me.
Probably.
Yeah.
What I noticed is really Portuguese is this.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can read underneath, but it says original, painted in oil. So this is an oil painting.
Oh.
Original.
That's beautiful. It's from 1990, it says over here. It's not that old, actually.
No, not at all.
Left or right?
Right.
Right, okay. Let's go in. And here we have the first bedroom of the children, if I'm not mistaken. We have 2 lovely beds standing next to each other, probably where 2 of the children used to sleep. Ooh, that one is incredible above there.
Yeah.
Probably painted by one of the family members. Oh, that's a lovely one. The bed's still pristinely made. Like even all the folds and creases are out of it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Watch out because this floor is bulging up, and I don't know what happened to it. It seems like it's literally falling apart.
I don't know if it's falling apart on the corners or because this right here is falling apart, like falling down. Crazy.
Let's go further through this room. Yeah, you can see over here, the side of the building is also detaching. So every side of the building, I think it's like gonna peel like an orange, this building. Like
Peel like an orange, that's a great...
I think if we come back here in a couple of years, then you can literally see the shell of the building standing with all the rooms like exposed or something like that. If an earthquake happened.
the orange, I love that. Sorry.
Yeah. Wow. Look at all these clothes still left in here. Why wouldn't the children come here to retrieve those? I mean, the clothes are not that important, but the pictures definitely are.
Yeah.
So all that jewelry is also still in here. We've seen this, the pearl necklaces, everything they had is left in here. Wow.
Crazy.
And then this little vanity. I think I have to watch out the most over here.
Yeah.
But I saw this picture of this young lady on top of here, and she seems to be getting ready to get married. And this is a very new picture, so this was probably one of the daughters that got ready to be married. And this bottle of shampoo over here is also 450, so it's in euro. So this is bought after 2000.
2002.
2002. Yeah, so only 2 years. Yeah, pretty logical actually. Couple of gloves here, all these things here, very lovely. And also a syringe, as you can see. So somebody probably needed some medicine at some point. Oh, I didn't even notice these yet. Wow. And yeah, this looks like the backyard of the house.
Yeah.
Look how neatly that yard looks. Beautifully trimmed hedges, and this is probably the grandchild, together with the son over here. So they definitely still visited at some point. Here they are again. Here is probably the daughter with one of her children. And here you can see how neat they would keep that garden.
Yeah.
That's now completely overgrown.
Whoa, the difference is...
It's insane, right?
It's insane, yeah, it's insane.
Okay, I think this might be their wedding picture.
Yeah.
This looks
likely.
more like it, yeah.
Yeah.
This would be Maria, and this would be Adolfo, our lovely couple.
The dog!
Oh my gosh, Pumba or Tico. Oh, I love it. With Adolfo together. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Let's see if it says anything. No, nothing. Wow. And then the house in its beautiful state.
It's a pretty bad picture, but yeah, you can see it.
Oh, here's even a little certificate for baptism from Maria, I think. Maria Antonio, yeah, Maria, yeah. 1979. Let's go further. Let's see this room over here. Because I think this is also a very interesting room, to my opinion. Oh, I almost missed it.
Skipped it.
This is probably the daughter, together with her child.
Yeah.
What do we have over here? It's completely written as well.
Yeah.
2001.
Para os tios com muito carinho, da Anabela e do Ricardinho, com 28 meses. He had 28 months.
So he's 2.5 years old.
Yeah.
Wow. Come inside of the room because it's pretty interesting. If you look over there in the corner, it's like, it's not as bad as, like the orange here is slowly peeling. Yeah. Here it's also gonna fall out anytime soon.
Oh yeah, the bed is already like...
Used to be a bedroom from one of the children. As you can see, everything is fallen over, the roof is caving in. It's crazy. There we have a cabinet still filled to the brim with all these clothes. And then over here used to be another bed. As you can see, everything is still on top of there. Wow. Okay, my good sir, I will go further. Want to see the bedroom first?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Go inside. Oof. I think this might have been the master bedroom of the house.
At some point, yeah.
Where Antonio and Maria, Adolfo
Adolfo.
Maria slept together. Antonio is her second name. Yeah.
Antonia.
Antonia.
In Portuguese, female ends with an A, so Antonia instead of Antonio.
Okay, we don't have that name for females in Belgium, so
we change.
A big vanity standing here, completely filled with all the documents of these people. I'm not going to go too close to this, but this is Maria, her
the driver's license.
This is Antonio. This is Adolfo, his ID. So all their documents are still inside of this place, and that's absolutely crazy. Even their wedding picture, the same one as we just saw before, standing here neatly on top of the vanity. Look over here, Danny. This used to be a present that they got at one point.
Yeah.
Wow. I love that everything is still here. Even her comb and everything you can imagine left behind. These drawers are filled with all their documents about their life. This room is also in a very bad state. They tried to sort of save it somehow at some point.
Yeah, I think at some point they put a fake ceiling on, and that's what is falling. You see?
Oh yeah, I see it. Oh, the wooden ceiling is underneath it.
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
I have no idea.
It seems a bit crazy to me because the ceiling above it is way more beautiful than now. The copper chandelier still hanging here. Don't touch it, Leslie, otherwise it will fall on my head. And then the bed still standing here.
Oh, let me show that.
Oh, that's a little medalla at the end. Beautiful painting in it.
And this bed is large.
Yeah.
Not large enough. Would you say that this bed is large enough for two people, or it's a bit small?
I would not consider this like a two-person bed, but I think they used it as a two-person bed at some point.
Okay.
Yeah. Look over here, even more pictures of children and grandchildren and people that all used to live in this place. You can see them having a joyful time somewhere. Grand picture of this young lady. One of the grandchildren. All still neatly left here. I adore this picture. See, these people look like they have a very serious face in this picture. Another vanity over here in this corner of the room. Marble top, beautiful vanity. And what I love is the little puppet, the little thing that the children made for Maria. What's this, Danny? Ooh, that's to brush the shoes, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a wonderful one.
It's already getting dark outside.
Yeah, we're at the end of the day. We literally, I think we came in here at like 1 o'clock and it's almost being like 6:30.
6:30,
something like that.
So yeah, we both don't have batteries on our phones, which is
like everything died, everything is dying, but we're enjoying ourselves so much in this house that it's literally worth it. Very big closet over here. Let's see if she had even more dresses inside of here. I think so. Oh, beautiful coats. Look at that. This was a fancy lady. Yes, I can still see her walking around with that through town. The wife of the lawyer. Jeez.
Yeah.
This is dangerous. There's another small room behind here. Small storage area, maybe a little bathroom area.
Oh yeah, it's a bathroom.
It's a complete bedroom?
Complete bathroom.
I thought it was a very small room, but actually everything is in here.
This is pretty new.
Yeah, there's even like a stone floor in here.
It's not stone floor, it's just plastered over the wood.
Oh.
So this is safe, but it's not pretty.
Look how neat everything is in here. The towel is still hanging there. The fake plants are still on the floor. Everything, probably if I flush this. Why does this still work? There's probably still some water in there from 14 years ago.
Yeah.
The toothbrush is still here. Everything. Okay, I haven't tested the water.
No.
No, that doesn't function anymore. Everything is still in here. Crazy. Whew. Let me go in and eat you. Yes, thanks. Oh, we have 2 more rooms to show you in here. Oh, look how dark it is getting, Danny.
Yeah.
But this must have been like that nice room to be in the evening, just to look over the fields and just to enjoy a slow evening and wind down from the day. But Adolfo probably had very busy office days, so he definitely would be in here enjoying that. Fake plans, of course.
Yeah.
Must have definitely been. And then all the sofas with the clothes still on top of it. Wow. Adorable little room. I like these stands to the side with the wood. Oh yeah, I think you have to turn back.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you're talking about this
Yeah.
tent. Oh, yeah.
It's like literally a slab of wood that they put legs
Yeah.
underneath.
I was more interested on this
Oh, I hadn't seen it yet.
device.
Oh, it's a stethoscope. If I'm not mistaken, yeah.
If I don't remember the name.
Yeah, I heard this in Portuguese. Fonendoscopio. Je ne sais pas.
Me either.
All the windows around here with the curtains open, it would be beautiful to look over the fields here. But now all the plants are growing inside of this house. And this would also be the place in the house where I would watch TV. Philips TV, as you can see. Wow. Have you seen this picture already? That's an incredibly old picture. Made in Porto.
Wow. Crazy.
Pasta medical.
Pasta medicinal Couto. Oh, that's a very famous toothpaste.
Oh, really?
Portuguese, yeah.
I don't know it. Okay, there's one last room. Come over here. And that's actually another bathroom. So there are actually 3 bathrooms in this house. So that means that these people must have been very wealthy. And yeah, this one is also, this is in a little bit of worse shape. Probably an older bathroom. They had a nice shower in here though. Oof. Okay, but everything still inside of here.
Let's go back outside.
Yeah. A little bit stuck here in the backyard. Okay. Yes.
Are you good?
I hate these plants. I literally hate these. Okay.
We have a specific name for that in Portuguese. Silvas.
Doornen.
Thorns. Yeah.
And here we are now standing in the front yard of the house, I think.
Backyard.
Yeah, you can see the side
The
of
front
the
is
building.
on the other side. We always put the front towards the street,
Okay.
so yeah.
Here you can see the side of the building, the side where the bureau is on this side. But unfortunately, we cannot get into the lower parts, into the basement. There's actually an enormous basement underneath this house that's gonna stay hidden from us. Every single door is closed. But we just want to give you a glimpse at the side of this building. Yeah, it's difficult traversing
Yes,
this
it is.
terrain. But just have a look at that view over here. That you can see the bureau and everything literally collapsed. What's lying on the ground here is actually just the whole side of the building.
Yeah, the roof and the wall.
That
Yeah.
must have been a bang when that all fell out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Probably the neighbors came to look at this place when that happened. But yeah, with that all said, I found this exploration absolutely incredible. What are your thoughts about it, Daniel?
Oh, this was amazing. This was touching. This was
Everything.
This is unique.
These are the explorations that I literally dream of doing.
Yeah, I love this is the explorations that I love doing because
Yeah.
you literally see a live person and a house left behind.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Adolfo. Thank you, the family that lived here. We hope we could bring something good to this world by documenting this place and giving it one last word. With that all being said, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write a nice comment down there. Also subscribe to Danny. His link is in the description. He
Thank you
makes
so
good
much.
videos over there.
Thank you.
And also there's a link in the description for Patreon. There you can support the channel and help us document these places because it's very necessary. With that all said, thank you so much, and we'll see you next week in another amazing episode. Bye-bye.